All right, so we're going to start off with a couple of chapters 9 through 12. If you are familiar, I'm also on Instagram Live as well, so I have kind of both audience going on, gets me that energy. But I want to talk about chapters 9 through 12 with Atomic Habits by James Clear. We have gone over chapters 1 through 8 over the last couple of weeks, and we've learned a lot. So the next couple of chapters that we have, I have my trusted notes, so let me pull that up here real quick. But what we've learned are the beginning of habits. What is a habit? How do we know whether a habit is helping us or if it's not helping us? How do we know how our habits are processed, like why do we have them, and now we're going into it a little bit deeper. So yeah, identifying, what else did we do? We did the 3 layers to behavior change, which is identify, process, outcomes. We have talked about the cue, craving, response, and reward, which is the problem and solution kind of phase. We have the laws, which are the first law, make it obvious. We broke that down in chapters 4 and 5, and then 6 and 7 as well. Number 8, we began to start talking about making it attractive, and that's kind of where we left off at. So that's where I'm going to begin off. It is a solo call. Hannah is sick, so I told her, you know what, girl, I understand completely because I have been battling a cold myself, so just rest. So I want to talk about the second law, which is make it attractive. We talked about in chapter 8, which was making it irresistible. If we make our habit irresistible to us, it's more attractive and opportunity. It's more likely to become, or like what we're doing is more likely to become natural, almost like instinctively. So yeah. So I'm going to talk about the chapter 9, which is the role of family and friends in shaping your habits. And then I'm also going to talk about chapter 10, 11, and 12 as well. So buckle in, get you some drinks, get you some snacks, because it's going to be about an hour call, I would say. I'm going to try to keep it under that, maybe like 45 minutes, but it's definitely going to be more than 30. So let's go. If you guys notice on Zoom that I'm looking over here, I have my Instagram, and if Instagram you're noticing I'm looking over here, it's because I'm talking to Zoom. So I got an audience, you know? Okay, so chapter 9 is the role of family and friends in shaping your habits. Number 10 is how to find and fix the causes of your bad habits. And then 11 and 12 will be going into a new law, which is the third law. We have 4 laws of atomic habits, and this one is making it easy. So chapter 11 talks about walk slow but never backwards. And then number 12 is the law of least effort. So I definitely am feeling like this is more up the alley of when people are trying to figure out changing their habits. We talked about habit stacking, and when you are already going out and doing something, like I'm going to wake up, I'm going to go brush my teeth. Okay, at that same time, say I want to add washing my face and styling my hair as part of my routine, but I feel like I don't have the time. Well, I will set a timer for that first all, and that's how we're going to get into in chapter 11 and 12 of how you're going to just make these little steps. But first, like, set a timer, and then from there, go ahead and use the bathroom, brush your teeth, wash your face, style your hair, and you'll start to know like the time that you really do have. You'll start to know like what you can get done in that amount of time. It's really crazy when you start to like just time yourself on things. Like put a timer, 15, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is, and go fold some laundry. Swear to you, I got like all my laundry done in 15 minutes. I'm sitting here like spending more time just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to get it done. Just dragging it out, right? Spending more time dragging it out than I am actually just doing it. So anyways, that was just an idea. I'm not saying I like drag my laundry out, but just an idea, guys. Okay, so chapter 9, the role friends and family play in shaping your habits. First, culture and society determine behaviors that we find attractive. We tend to adopt habits that are praised or approved of by the culture, the family, society, because we have the strong desire to fit in and belong to the tribe, the world, the colony, the whatever it is. Because if you think about like how we have evolved, like, you know, back in the day, we were in a colony, we were in a tribe, right? And then we were trying to fit in and blend in, because if you didn't blend in, you didn't fit in, they're probably gonna kill you. They're probably gonna just exile you, like kick you out of the group completely, right? In the book, they say in The Atomic Habits by James Clear, chapter 115, or not chapter 115, chapter 9, page 115, if you have the book, you can follow along. But it says the seductive pull of social norms. Humans are herd animals. We want to fit in, to bond with others, and to earn the respect and approval of peers. Such inclinations are essential to our survival. For most of our evolutionary history, our ancestors lived in tribes. I probably should put my glasses on. Hold on. You know you're old when. Ancestors lived in tribes. Becoming separated from the tribe, or worse, being cast out, was a death sentence. The lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. So it was always instilled in us, literally, that if you're alone and you're unlike everybody else and you're different, you're not going to survive with everybody. You're going to be left alone. So it's been literally since, I'm telling you, the tribe, pack, colony days, it has been instilled in us in society that we are supposed to fit into this box, right? And if we don't fit into this box, then you're a weirdo and you should just be like left onto the side, right? So, oh, I guess I didn't realize that I have a waiting room. So let's just admit. And then, okay. So meanwhile, those who collaborated and bonded with others enjoyed increased safety, mating opportunities, access to resources. As Charles Darwin noted, in the long history of humankind, those sorry, I skipped over a whole thing. In the long history of humankind, those who learned to collaborate and improvise most effectively had prevailed. As a result, most of the deepest human desires is to belong, and this ancient preference exerts a powerful influence on our modern behavior. Isn't that crazy? So it really does pull back from like not just what we are taught from like mom and dad. It really is what mom and dad have been told. It's what their mom and dad have been told. It's what society has always put out there. So we've always wanted to have our habits reflect society and stuff like that, right? So let me go back to my notes so I don't get off track. We tend to emanate the habits of 3 social groups. There we go. Which are the close. Actually, if you're following along, you can go ahead and get on page 116 and it will be posted on there. But it says here, the three groups that we are wanting to be like are the close, the many, and the powerful. And what the close are is going to be like our friends, our family, right? Hey, babe, our friends, our family. And then the many is going to be like, back in the day, it was the tribe, the colony, right? But now it's like the world. I feel like because we have social media, we are immediately just being able to see every single person from every different walk of life. So we have more groups that we can be a part of, if that makes sense. So I feel like it can be for anybody on this one. And then the powerful, which is the third one. Those that we admire or might have status. I wouldn't say at this point maybe a president, but you know, president or someone of stature. And one of the most effective things that you can do to better build your habits is to join a culture or join an environment or join something that builds off of that. So, or that you have like in common with that group. So if your desires are the same desires as them, then go with that group. Like for me, it's with crazy enough, it's with Monet. Like when I joined them, everybody here is focused on bettering themselves, having a better healthy lifestyle, whether it be literally physically, mentally, all of the things. And there's no competition either, because everyone's on their own journey. Like when they joined this, they didn't join like thinking I'm ready to be in competition with somebody, you know what I mean? They literally just joined because they were looking for better hair, better skin, better something for themselves, right? It was very selfish, but even though we all joined this for a selfish reason, we're all like on the same path and same journey, you know? So we all have same desires. And then second thing, you already have something in common with this group, like I was saying. So find a desire of the behavior that you find that you want to be as normalized, and find that group. Go with that group. Or friend. It doesn't even need to be a group. It could literally just be a person at this point, you know, like start small. And that's what we're going to start on the next chapter, is just making it a change. Because things like when you think about like, oh my gosh, I have to do this habit, I have to change, I need to go to the gym, but I got to fit it into my time. Like, how am I going to do this? It starts to become overwhelming, and your brain literally goes into, no, we can't do this. Instead of, okay, if we just fit it in like 5 minutes here, at least we said we did it, right? So that's basically chapter 9, is the role that friends and family are playing in shaping your habits. It does, if you watch the last thing that we had, which was for make it attractive, we also did making it obvious. So if you missed those, I'll repost those later on for you guys to rewatch. But that's where we're ending with the second law, making it attractive. So real quick, just make sure I didn't miss over everything. The most effective way, things that you can do to build your better habits, is to join a culture or area that better fits your desired behavior, and something you already have in common with the group so that you feel like you're welcomed. Okay, those two things. The behavior could get us approval, respect, praise. It would be attractive. Our ego and pride are so huge. That's another thing I want to do a call about, is ego, because once you let that down a little bit, and it's always going to be in the back of our heads. Let's be real, right? Ego's always going to be in the back of our heads. But once you make things a little bit more attractive in a positive way, your ego will change and be more of a positive ego instead of a negative ego, which is, like I said, I want to talk about ego another day entirely. That's a whole story. Your ego will hold you back for sure. She's a strong one. My phone's going to die. She is a strong one, ego. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next chapter and the next law, which, I have one more chapter. I'm sorry. I have chapter 10, which is how to fix. See, I wasn't supposed to do this beginning one, but you know what? We're doing it. Okay, so how to find and fix the causes of your bad habits. I'm just going to kind of briefly do this one so that way we can go over just what the chapter was about. It was a very small chapter. So every behavior has a surface level craving and deeper underlying motive. So remember, like I was saying, we talked about in a couple chapters before this, was cue, craving, reward. Wait, what was it? Oh God. Hold on. Cue, craving, response, and reward. There we go. CCRR. Woo. Okay. So once we do, once our behavior has a surface level craving and a deeper underlying motive, that's why your ego, I'm saying, is the underlying motive. But when you pull in your ego into this and you start to make yourself feel proud, and that's why I'm saying, if you put yourself around people who are doing the same things, they're going to empower you. It's going to be empowering, because it's not going to be like you're watching somebody else doing something. You're going to be like, okay, I can do that because they got the same views as me. You know what I mean? It's not in competition. So your habits will then start to change. Your habits are your modern day solutions to ancient desires. fitting in, making sure we're part of the group. We're not a lone wolf, right? The cause of your habits is actually the prediction that precedes them, the prediction that leads to filling. Just like I was saying, right? We're so used to being like, no, I know that if I do this, because I've been doing it every single day, I'm going to feel like this every single day. If I were to change that, there is a possibility of something else happening, right? And if you think about it, what is the worst thing of you getting out of your comfort zone, you getting out of your box, you changing your habits? What's the worst thing that's going to come from that? That you learn. That is the worst thing, that you're going to learn something from it, right? But let's change our mindset real quick. What is going to be the best thing that you're going to get from that? Wow. Endless, right? There's so many possible things when you change your habit, when you change your mindset, when you open the door, when you do whatever it is, right? Mindset. So I heard that from my homegirl, Jasmine Elizabeth. She just did this huge change in her business. She does network marketing, and she went from doing working with one company and then partnering with a different one. And people were telling her she was going to fail. 3 weeks she's been in this business, or that business, whatever it is, right? And she has just like exceeded it. And it really does come with, what are you going to do when you open that door? The literal least thing that's going to come from that is that you're learning something. The most is that you're going to just unleash the unknown, right? So highlight the benefits of avoiding a bad habit to make it seem unattractive. Habits are attractive when we associate them with positive feelings, and unattractive when we associate them with negative feelings. Create motivational ritual by doing something you enjoy immediately before a difficult habit. So for me, I really had an issue with reading, like truly. It's so funny. I was telling my boyfriend about this. Like, I remember when I couldn't even finish that one book. And now here I am, books later, and now I'm sharing it because I'm able to retain it. And that's just because I've been doing the work. And it wasn't easy. I've been spending 3 months with this one book. But I've been also helping other people. I've been able to retain it so much that now I'm able to share with you guys, right? And I think about like when I first started reading this book back in, when was this? September, I think it was. I was trying to read more, and I wanted to read multiple books. Like, that was my ultimate goal. And I was like, oh my gosh, it seemed so daunting. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It seemed so daunting. And I'm like, how am I going to implement reading into my life when I already have such a busy life, right? I mean, we all have busy lives. So how am I going to change what I'm already doing to add something more? Okay. So that's what we're ending now chapter 10. We're going to go into chapter 11. That's what going into this new law, make it easy. Guys, when I read this, I was like, wow, I can't believe it was that simple. Okay. It really is this simple. If you think about how all of your habits in your life have come to, it hasn't been just overnight, right? You didn't learn overnight, like, because I have children, I know this. You didn't learn overnight how to use the bathroom. You didn't learn overnight how to brush your teeth consistently. You didn't learn overnight that you need to have a healthy, balanced meal. You right? These are things that you learn over time. They're habits that you gain from trying to fit in, trying to listen to what your mom says, trying to listen to what your friends are doing, right? But if you zone in on what you're focused on, and you have other people that are around you that are focused on the same things, environment is key. So let's go into now making it easy. Making it easy. Chapter 11 was, actually, was there anything I wanted to go over real quick from the fixing? Oh, they did give some cool examples. Let me give these ones real quick. I know I'm all over the place, but whatever. So where cravings come from, it's more of a deeper level, right? It's underlying motives. We talked about that a little bit. It says here, I often have a craving that goes something like this. I want to eat tacos. If you were to ask why I want to eat tacos, I would say because I need food to survive. But the truth is, somewhere deep down, I am motivated to eat tacos because I have to eat to survive. The underlying motive is to obtain food and water, even if my specific craving is just for a taco. Some of our underlying motives are conserving energy, obtaining food and water, find love and reproduce, connect and bond with others, win and accept, win social acceptance and approval, reduce uncertainty, and achieve status and prestige, right? And that goes with our modern day solutions to ancient desires, right? So what we do during like modern day, right? When we're like trying to find love and we're trying to get that instant gratification, we go to Tinder, or what is it nowadays? I don't know. Bumble? I have no idea. But you go to that, right? Connecting and bonding with others. We go to Facebook, we go to Instagram, right? So if you change those on what you gravitate towards when you have those cues of, I need to feel loved, I need to feel food, I need to feel this, I need to feel that, and you change your mind with, okay, what would like I said in the previous chapters, what would a healthy person eat? What would, if I'm trying to lose weight, right? What would a healthy person eat? What would, if I'm trying to become more religious, how would I put that into my day? Am I going to go to church today? Am I going to listen to a podcast that's talking about God? Am I trying to read more? Okay, I can't read a book today. Am I going to plug into a podcast? Am I going to turn off the TV for a little bit? You know, we really do choose our heart, guys. We choose our lives. We choose how we live them. And it's all based off the habits of that, what I just said in the beginning right here. The basics: conserving energy, obtaining food and water, find love and reproduce, connect and bond with others, win social acceptance and approval, reduce uncertainty. And that win a social acceptance and approval is ego. I'm telling you. Reduce uncertainty, achieve status and prestige, just getting acceptance, right? Getting that appraise that, wow, she's really doing the thing, right? Like our ego is so big, it will take over. Why is my phone not charging? There we go. Boom. Okay. So yeah, that's the end of that chapter. And I now officially want to move on to chapter 11, which is walk slow, but never backwards. This one is really cool. The most effective form of learning is practice, not planning. So something I used to do is say, oh, okay, I'm going to plan Mondays. No, I'm going to plan Monday through Friday. I'm going to read for an hour, or I'm going to listen to an audiobook on the way to work. Work stopped. That habit stopped now. So how am I going to listen to my audiobook? How am I going to read before work? You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like in the pandemic, right? Or even if you lost your job or something, things change. So how are you going to keep your habits consistent with your life in a way that if something happens or something changes, you're still showing up for that, right? So if we're practicing it, what's the SPL model? Well, you're going to have to explain that to me. I got 2 teachers on here. So what's the SPL model? So the most effective form of learning is practice, not planning. Focus on taking action and not just being in motion. Because when we're focused on doing it, we don't really do it, right? We're more focused on actually doing it. But if we're just like doing it, even if it's for a minute, guys, say all I have time to focus on is just a minute of reading. I still read that day, right? I can't say I didn't read. And it's a thing that's going to trigger in your head where you're going to want to like kind of almost get in competition with your own brain. It's kind of weird, but you're going to be like, ooh, I need to read more than I did yesterday. Practice and lead by example. Scholar learning. Ooh, okay. I'm going to have to look into more of this as well. Habit forming is the process by which a behavior becomes progressively more automatic through repetition. So the more that we just show up, the more it becomes a habit, the more we're going to want to do it more than we did it yesterday, the day before, last week, last month, right? Because every day you're doing it just for a little bit. The more that you do it for just a little bit, that's what starts to click in your head that this is a habit. You start to then have cues. You start to then have cravings because you have responses and rewards based around those. The amount of time you have been performing a habit is not as important as the number of times you have performed it. So literally just you doing it is starting a habit, is starting you to do something. Doesn't matter how many times you've done it. Okay. And that moves us into the law of least effort, which is literally my favorite. I've been dying to get to this one. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I literally had no references to the entire book for all of chapter 11 because I was like, this is gold. The law of least effort. It's what I've been saying. Just doing something, the smallest little effort, it triggers something in your brain. Human behavior follows the law of least effort. Work harder or work smarter, not harder, right? We don't want to work harder. We, of course, want to take the smarter route. That's why we decide to not do the things we want to do because we think that is the smarter route. But I'm going to tell you guys something. Dishes, they pile up for me and it's crazy. I feel like I can never get them done. I can never see the sink empty. But I feel like I have now mastered it, okay? I'm already in the kitchen. I'm already about to put the dish in the sink. Why not just put it in the dishwasher? Because I literally don't have to wash them by hand. I just have to make sure it's cleaned up a little bit and put it in the dishwasher. It's not even that hard. I was listening to a podcast. Oh my gosh, I wish I could remember what it was, but it basically was saying how it doesn't matter how many, we make up these random rules for ourselves, okay? Like, who said that we have to wash the dishes before we put them in the dishwasher? Why not just wash the dishwasher twice? Who said that we have to only wash the dishwasher once? Wash it twice. Who's making up these rules? You know, make up these rules that make sense to you guys, that are not going to stress you out, that are going to make your life easier. You know, if you love a clean house, all right, clean up as you go, but don't make your life so difficult. Okay. Like literally give yourself a break when it comes to these habits. Okay. You can take a moment. You don't need to hit up the gym all the time. You don't need to have a clean house all the time. Okay. But don't also slack on it. Keep reminding yourself of what you're supposed to be doing. So work smarter, not harder. We already have this mentality, right? We will naturally gravitate towards the option that requires the least amount of work. So create an environment where doing the right thing is easy and possible. So for me, like I said, was the dishes. Dishes piling up all the time. Oh, okay. I don't even care now. At the end of the day, if there's only, maybe we decided, I don't know, easy breakfast, right? Leftovers for lunch, okay? And then for dinner, we ate out. So we didn't have that many dishes that day. I'm still going to run that dishwasher with whatever's in there because at least in the morning, it's going to be clean. I'm creating habits for myself that are going to set me up for success, right? Even though it may not make sense to you, you're like, what the freak? She just ran, the dishwasher only has like 4 knives in there and like 5 plates. Why'd she do that? She could have just ran it tomorrow. But tomorrow I might have a full plate, a full sink of dishes, right? I might not even have room. So set yourself up. You never know what tomorrow's going to bring. So you just doing that little habit, it's going to just, you know, adding to the bank of success. So yeah, create an environment where doing the right thing is as easy and as possible. Reduce the friction associated with good behaviors. When friction is low, habits are easy. So like I said, if the dishes were already dirty in there and I didn't have enough room, I'm going to be real with y'all. I'd make an excuse about it. We all make excuses, right? I'd make an excuse like, you know what? I'm just going to deal with this later. I'm not going to deal with it today. Just do it in the morning. And then morning comes. I got no clean dishes. I got nothing to clean. My kids are hungry. You all been there, right? It creates the domino effect of bad juju. And we're then sitting here going, man, I really wish I would have done this. I really wish I would have done that. Well, you should have. I'm here to tell you, you should have. If you think it, and if you have a moment to think, man, I gotta do those dishes. I gotta do that laundry. Go do it, sis. It is not gonna get done. You gotta do it, you know? So create the habits. Otherwise you're just stacking it up. So make it easy for yourself. Don't make it hard. Reduce that friction. Increase the friction associated with bad behaviors, right? So if it's a bad behavior, even though it's easy, like, you know, I said right there with the dishes, yeah, it would have been easier for me to just been like, nope, not dealing with this today. But literally, I know I'm going to have to deal with way more dishes. I'm probably going to have to hand wash some if I want that sink cleaned out, right? Because they're not all going to fit in there because I still have some from the night before. You know? So it just is what it is. So increase the friction associated with that. That I do have I wanted to come into the book real quick. If you're following along, I'm on chapter 12, page 157. So if you want to draw more, put your pencils, pens, notebooks, drawing tools on top of your desk, on top of your computer, right? Like, so if I have a laptop, the laptop's down, I put everything on top of it. So I'm going to go towards that instead of opening the computer. For me, it's the TV. So I hide the remote. And then in the morning, I literally forget where I put it. I'm not even going to lie to you guys because I put it in different places. Because my mind is like, I know where my glasses are because I put them in the same spot every day. When I take them off every day, I put them in the same spot, right next to my Bible. I'm not even lying to you. So I know where they are. If I didn't take them off, so I don't know why I wouldn't take them off, but if I didn't put them there, like say I said, hey, to my boyfriend, hey, can you put my glasses up for me? He wouldn't put them where I would put them because he doesn't know my habits, right? So in the morning, I'd be all discombobulated. It's kind of what I do with my remote. I hide it. And I'm not going to lie, now I barely really watch TV. I think I spend maybe like an hour or two watching TV. And I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I think I maybe spent 8 hours a day watching TV. It is what it is. So, you know, just changing your habits, the littlest things, putting pencils on top of things if you want to draw more. You want to exercise more? Okay, set out your work clothes. Put out your shoes, your gym bag, your water. Make it easy for you. Put it next to the door. But do it before you go to bed. So there's no excuse, right? You want to improve your diet? Chop up a ton of fruit and vegetables on the weekend and pack them up in a container. Spend your money on meal prepping. The time that it would take for you to meal prep, right? We've all meal prepped, right? It saves us time. We all know. But we don't do it all the time. And then we complain that we spent way too much money eating out, right? I'm guilty. I know I am. So pack up some fruit. Pack up your food. Make some healthier options. Some ready to eat options that are easy for you. So just doing these simple ways and these simple things are on your way to a better habits, right? But that one right there was really it. The law of the least effort. Just doing something for the smallest amount of time a day is going to implement a habit for you. I know that was a lot. That was 4 chapters. Next Sunday, I'm going to be sending out, not next Sunday. This isn't Sunday. Today's Wednesday. Sunday, I'm going to be sending out another one. I'll probably end up doing it on Instagram Live too, because I like the interaction with both. But we're going to be finishing off the book actually. So we're basically done. We have finished quite some book here. We're going to be doing chapters 13 to, I believe, the end. Hold on, let me double check. Okay, no, I take that back. We have 2 more calls. So we have 13 to 17, and then from there, we'll be finishing it off. I mean, I don't know. We would finish all 4 laws on the next call. We'll see. I don't know yet. Yeah, we'll see. But I think we'll have 1 or 2 more calls in regarding the book, just finishing it off. The last part of it is how to make good habits inevitable and bad habits impossible. The cardinal rule of behavior change, how to stick with good habits every day, and how to get like an accountability partner, and how that can change a lot of things for you. And that's basically law number 4, like how to make it satisfying. You know, that's what we're all trying to, at the end of the day, get a little gratification. I was talking to my friend Sarah. She was saying, we were talking about financial literacy, and just like, personally for me, and this is totally off topic, but I just have that motion of just like, I need to go spend money. I have this urge, right? And it could literally just be $3. And I'm like, it's just $3. But if you think about how many times I say that, though, like, I literally had to think about it. I'm like, ooh, girl, you got to catch yourself. And I've been doing that all this month. I've been catching myself on how many times I've been like, it's just that much. No, like, let's be cognitive. Like, yeah, cool. Money is abundant and money flows to us. That's awesome. But let's be like frugal and like, not frugal, thoughtful of where our money goes and how we spend our money, because we can literally change the whole world. We can change our lives, and we can change the world with how we not only invest in ourselves, but how we help others, right? So moving forward in the future, I do want to do some calls on, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording.